welcome back to my channel. This is another weekly reading vlog, but we're gonna have a theme to it because basically if you watched last week's, I kind of am still reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King, but it's just so boring. It's very boring, and like it will have highs and lows for me. Like I'll literally just like not want to read it, and then I'll read some of it and I'm like, oh, it's all right, and then I'll read more and I'm like, oh, I want to put this down. But I have quite a few library books that I've had checked out for a while, and I keep renewing them, and I really just want to get them read and done. So what this reading vlog is going to be is only reading library books for a week. Here is the TBR for this weekly reading vlog. We have Twin Crowns, Middle of the Night, yeah, and The Gathering. There is one other book that I want to get from my local library because they have it in stock. Like somebody hasn't taken it out, thank Christ, because somebody always takes out books that I want. Divine Rivals, I'm looking at you, Queen. You've literally not been in that library for months. But yes, this is the TBR. Starting off with Twin Crowns by Catherine Webber and Catherine Doyle. I'm just in the mood for like a fantasy, but not over the top, like a YA fantasy. So we're going to go into Twin Crowns. Is it a romantasy? Hopefully there's some romance in there because I need something, because Fairy Tale is literally killing me off at this point. I'm not sure what I'll read after that. Maybe The Gathering. Yeah, probably The Gathering, because I'm a bit reluctant to read Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. You know, me and Riley Sager have not gotten on in the past, so I'm giving him another go, and if he fails on this one, we're literally done. But today is a reading day, so let's get started on Twin Crowns and start this library reading. I shouldn't be adding to the TBR, guys, because now we've got 3 more books after Twin Crowns to read. Picked up Heads Will Roll by Josh Winning because I saw this in Waterstones the other day. It's like brand new out, and I really like the concept of it. I love a good slasher, and yeah, I want to read more like horror books, and I feel like the cover of this is just gorgeous. So gorgeous, and it's someone's head hanging off. Twin Crowns update. I am literally, guys, I'm 50 pages in. I did awful yesterday, awful. I had the whole day to read and I didn't. So far so good. I like that we get different POV, both chapters, and it's in the third person, which I do enjoy. My question is, did like one author write for Rose and one for Ren? Like one of each twin? Because that's the vibes I'm getting, but maybe they just alternated and did different sections of the book. I'd love to know the writing process behind this. She got thrown straight into the story, which I'm so glad about. Don't give me a build up, just get me in there. So I am invested, and yeah, only 50 pages in. I could get more done today, but I'm just lazy. Once I finish this, guys, I've got to finish the series because there's 2 other books. Why do I do it? Why do I do it to myself? Finally, I have finished Twin Crown. Got a 4 stars from me. I really enjoyed it. I loved twin aspect where we're like switching the twins, very much a Parent Trap vibe. I didn't actually know that this was a witch fantasy. I just thought it was like a wanting to get the throne. I didn't know that it had like a witch aspect, so I'm very glad that there was lots of magic in there because it kept it entertaining. And I'm glad it is a YA romance. The romance was there for both main characters, but it wasn't like a massive storyline. Like, it would sometimes crop in, sometimes get mentioned, but like nothing major ever happened. Have actually ordered both the sequels from Waterstones, because Waterstones have got double points at the moment. I don't actually own this is the library copy of the first book, but I've bought the physical versions of the next two books because they were like special editions, and I was going to get double points for them, so why not? I just need to find this now, but I want to get a special edition of this one to match the others. You know, this is a library TBR video, and guys, we've really got to get through them. Next up is The Gathering by CJ Tudor. This is a murder mystery, and I don't really read that many murder mysteries, to be quite honest. I don't really read thrillers, like adult thrillers or anything like that. It gave me very much vibes of the most recent True Detective series with Jodie Foster, because that was set in Alaska, I'm pretty sure. This one is also set in Alaska. Oh no, guys. This isn't even like... I just read it then. I didn't even read it. It's got vampires in it. I need to read it and I will let you know. But from what it says here, there's a vampire colony. I didn't know that. I thought this was like a true to life one. It wasn't giving fantasy vibes to me. But you know what? If you know anything about me, I love a vampire. I'm going to start The Gathering by CJ Tudor, and let's see what this book is actually about, because right now I'm very confused. Basically, I wanted to do a reading update because I'm really enjoying this book. It follows a detective called Barbara. She gets sent to a small town in Alaska where a murder has happened, and basically a similar murder happened 25 years ago. But the thing is, in this world, vampires exist, and in this town there is a colony of vampires who, after that initial murder back in the day, they actually got pushed out of the town, and they've finally come back, and then this murder has happened, and obviously all of the people who live in the town think it's the vampires. The vampires are very insistent it is not them, and it's basically Barbara just trying to kind of keep everyone at bay, keep things calm, whilst also trying to figure out what actually went down. CJ Tudor's writing really good. It's keeping me very entertained, and yeah, I'm struggling to put it down. I've literally spent the day reading and watching Disneyland Paris vlogs, because that is quite literally my perfect day. So I'm going to be filming this without even looking to see if I'm in the frame, so God help. This morning I went for a doctor's appointment, and then after that I went to a coffee shop that I go to quite a lot, and I went and finished The Gathering, and it was 4 stars, guys. It was so good. I've never actually heard of CJ Tudor. I know that sounds ridiculous now, because I went to the library after I finished this book to go see if she had any other books, and she has loads, and she's a very well-renowned thriller author, which I didn't know about. This one was like not any other thriller I've ever read. It's definitely my favourite one I've ever read. There are vampires and humans, and the mystery in itself was like really intriguing. Like, I genuinely couldn't figure out what was going to happen, whereas like when I've read like a Riley Sager book before, like I guessed every single thing that was going to happen, and it gets really tedious. So I would really recommend this if you're looking for a thriller but with a twist. This was my 30th book of the year, which is crazy. I actually struggled to put it down. That's how good it was. I'm going to start something which I'm kind of dreading. I'm going to be so real. I know I just mentioned him, but it's another Riley Sager book, because the only one left was literally awful. I'm worried that this is also going to be along the same lines. So yeah, I'm going to start Middle of the Night. We're kind of on like a thriller murder mystery roll, so I'm going to go in with this next. I do love these covers though, like genuinely some of my favourite covers ever. I just think that I love neon writing on a book. the Lady Janies, they started that for me, and Riley Sager's carrying it on for the girls. I'm judging the book by its cover, thinking it's going to be good. Could be bad. Time for a little reading update. I've barely updated this vlog. I just have had nothing to vlog. I've basically been doing nothing, and I struggled to pick up this book quite a bit at the start because I'm liking it, it's okay, but I know Riley Sager's books now are just a lot of nothing until the end, and I feel like I've just got to trudge through this nothingness and it's kind of killing me. Right, so here I am up to page 197, so I'm like past the halfway point, and it's not anything groundbreaking. We haven't really found anything out. We're kind of flipping back and forth between the two timelines. So this book is about a boy called Ethan, who's a man now, but when he was a boy, his best friend Billy went missing, and he was actually with him at the time that he went missing. He doesn't remember anything. He didn't see Billy get taken, and he's now 40 years old. It's 30 years later, and he's moved back into his childhood home, and a lot of memories are resurfacing about that day. So we are kind of flipping between the current day and 30 years ago. We are going back in time to look at what happened before Billy got taken that day. And I'm going to be honest, nothing really has happened except they found, I don't think this is a spoiler, but they found his body. As soon as he's moved back into this house, they've found his body. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. It's a very close-knit neighbourhood. There's only like 6 houses, I'm pretty sure, and everybody knows everybody. We're basically going through the motions of that day. It's nothing amazing, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of bored, but I am gonna push through it. Just know what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be exactly like The Only One Left, where like at the last 50 pages Riley Sager's just gonna throw in as many plot twists as he can, and honestly, I know people may like that, but yeah, a good plot twist here and there, but why is the 28 plot twists in the last 10 pages? Like, girl, I'm literally getting whiplash. I was gonna go to my favourite coffee shop and read some of this, but I think I'm gonna go there tomorrow with my family, so I don't want to seem like a complete loser going like 4 times in a week, even though I do usually go about 4 times in a week. I'm gonna read some of this now here at home. They close at like 4, so if I feel like it, I'll go, but I'm just like contemplating whether to go. My anxiety is just like probably not feeling it. I need to make up my mind. Seriously, I really need to make up my mind. Let's see if it gets any better, because you Riley Sager stans made me believe so much, and girl, I'm losing belief at this point. I cannot believe. So guys, I actually did get brave and go and read at the coffee shop. I didn't read that much there. I think I read up to page 300. Yeah, so I came home and I had like 70 pages left to read at home. So I literally just read that now. I gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. Would you have believed at the start of this vlog that I would like it this much? No. Like, seriously, when I read Riley Sager's previous book to this, The Only One Left, if you've watched that weekly vlog, you know I hated it. As I was getting nearer and nearer the end of the book, I was kind of scared, because The Only One Left, in the last 50 pages, so much happened that it was just unbelievable. Like, I could, like, people who had nothing to do with the story, all of a sudden it was them. And so I was very worried with this that he was going to do the same thing again, like just pull a random character in and pin it all on them, making the truth so unbelievable so the reader doesn't guess it. I just think that's a bit stupid. Like, I get that you want the mystery to be unguessable, but like, when it gets to a point where you are coming up with the stupidest things. But thankfully, did not do that this time. I was very pleased with the ending of this book. I was extremely not happy because the boy died. I was pleased with how the story ended. It was really nice ending, and I just feel like it was all wrapped up in a nice way. In between the two timelines helped it a lot. It gave me breaks from the current day, helped me learn more about the characters from the past. Maybe I need to read another Riley Sager book to do like a best of 3, like was this a one-off, or was the only one left a one-off? I'm not sure. I'm gonna wrap up the weekly reading vlog here. I read 3 books in this vlog. I didn't get to Heads Will Roll. Every single book in this vlog we rated 4 stars. Like, it's actually been really, really good reading. It's the end of this weekly reading vlog. Oh god, the sun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. My next videos are not going to be weekly reading vlogs. They're going to be kind of like what I read whilst working 9 to 5, because I actually start my new job next week. I'm terrified. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you want, and I will see you in my next one.